Today we're going to take a look at how I plan on keeping on top of all of my videos this year using Notion. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Alex and I'm a photographer from the UK. So a couple of videos ago, I mentioned that after publishing a massive 6 videos last year, I plan on publishing 52 this year. Now I don't have a hope in hell in doing that unless I stay really organised and on top of everything. So here's a run through of the system that I'm putting in place to make sure that I never run out of ideas and I stay on schedule. So what I was looking for in a system for this was one tool to do everything. It's quite easy to have a tool for this and a tool for that and a tool for the other, and before you know it you're using 6 tools and you're constantly bouncing between all the tools and you spend all your time thinking, oh, which tool is it? Right, this tool I use for that, so I'm going to go into this, and then once I've done that I've got to go into this tool to update this one, because the tools generally don't talk to each other particularly well. So I was looking for one system to track projects, to take notes, to use as a CRM for my clients, and to plan videos, to keep everything in one place so I didn't have to bounce around half a dozen different tools. That means that the tool that I was looking for had to be flexible. Ideally, I wanted it to be able to show calendars, lists, tables, checkboxes, Gantt chart function. That would be perfect for any little projects that I wanted to plan out myself. I looked at a whole load of tools, from project management tools. They were great for managing projects, tracking progress through a project, especially with team members, but I found they were rubbish as a repository for notes and scripts and writing and any kind of tables and things that I wanted to be able to remember. So they were great for the execution side of things, but none of them were ideal for the research and the drafting and the scripting side of things. So project management tools weren't quite what I was looking for. So I looked at more writing-based tools. Now I've used Evernote forever. It's great for typing and for getting drafts out. Anyone that's not used Evernote before, it's basically a digital notebook. So I can never quite get the tables to work properly how I wanted to. All of the notebooks were self-contained. It linked to anything particularly easily, but it is a great repository tool. So you can dump PDFs in there, you can copy and paste articles in there, you can put whatever you want in there. And it has an OCR function, so you can just type in a search and it will search all of the documents in there and find what you're looking for. What it's not great at is managing projects or being used as a CRM or anything like that. As much as I loved Evernote and I've used it forever and I still use it for bits and pieces, that wasn't the tool for this job. Now I've mentioned CRM a couple of times, so I've looked into CRM tools to see if there's anything that would tickle the boxes for me. I found that they are great for client work, from onboarding clients with contact forms, contracts and invoicing, all the way through to client delivery, photo gallery delivery and sales afterwards. But generally, to get all of that functionality, they're really expensive and I can't justify spending £50 a month to manage just a handful of clients at a time. And they're also not that great at the research and drafting side of things. They're not designed to be a repository for working files. So as I'm trying to script, as I'm jotting down video ideas, they're not great for that. Now, while I was looking for all of these tools, of course I came across Notion, which I'm pretty sure is a cult. Now, when I found it a few months ago, I played around with some templates, tried to build some stuff together, but I just didn't get it. I didn't understand what it was for, how to use it, what it was working, so I just kind of parked it. It wasn't something that I thought would be the tool for me. Then I discovered Ali Abdaal on YouTube, and if you've never watched one of his videos, go and find him. He's a doctor from the UK, he's also a YouTuber, he's amassed 1 million subscribers in 2 or 3 years, and his main focus is productivity, getting the most out of your day. So of course I went down the rabbit hole with him, watched all of his videos, and he has a bunch of templates and kind of explainer videos around Notion, and once I'd watched him, I kind of understood how Notion worked, and I understood why it seems to have got a cult-like following. And from watching his videos, I found other videos on Notion from Sarah Dietschy and Thomas Frank, and I kind of took bits and pieces from everything that they do and put it all together into my own templates and system, which I'm going to run you through now. Okay, so this is the dashboard that I've started to build, and from here I can go to all of my pages and sites that I have started to build out. Now for my YouTube stuff, the content calendar, this is where I do everything to plan my videos. So it kind of goes through in stages. Right now I always start on the board view. So down the left hand side, anytime I have any kind of idea, if it's in the middle of the night, if I'm in the shower, if I'm walking down the street and have that would be a great idea for a video, it goes straight into this no status column. So I may never actually make the video, but I like to think of this column as kind of the seeds of ideas. It's a starting place for me to start drafting a script or start thinking about that video. Once I start properly drafting the video, I start typing out a script, the general outline and what I actually want to say and the points that I want to hit in the video. I'll move it into drafting. Now in the drafting column, that just means that's basically a video that I will be shooting, but once I've scripted it properly and the outline is complete. So the video that we're shooting now is how Notion keeps me organised. That is in the drafting stage. So now that the script is finished and I'm obviously shooting it, I then move it into the on deck column, and you can just drag and drop that across. Now for me, on deck is basically everything from the draft is finished and I'm making it all the way through to ready to publish. So that includes shooting the A roll, shooting all the B roll, editing, sound design, everything that goes into the video, it just sits in the on deck. Now I did play around with breaking that down a little bit more, having a ready to shoot, shooting, ready to edit column, but I found that that was just too many steps. It was more of a pain and a hindrance to keep up with than it was helpful. So now on deck means that's a video that I'm working on that's somewhere between shooting it and publishing it. Now once that video is done, it's fully edited and I've got the video file ready to upload, I'll move this into the ready to publish. That way I know that it hasn't happened yet, but if I ever have a few videos ready at one time, they'll all go in there, and that means that I know that I have to upload it to YouTube, add my tags, description, and make sure the thumbnail's all up to scratch and get that ready and schedule the publish date on YouTube. And then once it goes live, it moves into published, and published is just every video that I've published so far. So at the moment you can obviously see I've got 2 videos. My first video, which was New Beginnings, and the second one from last week, which is What Camera Should I Buy? So once you're seeing this video, this card will be in the published column. Now I can quickly take you through an example of, I have set up some templates for videos, and these started off as a Leo Bell's template and Thomas Frank's template. I found Thomas Frank's to be just a little bit too big and cumbersome for what I do, but this one's heavily influenced by a Leo Bell's template. Now I've made a few tweaks to suit me, so let's take a look at the card for this video and see what that looks like. So here you can see the title at the top. Now I'll choose the platform that this content is coming out on. So either YouTube or a newsletter, which you can sign up to below. It comes out every fortnight or couple of weeks for you Americans. It's just a place for me to share some cool stuff that I found over the internet, and if I'm running any offers, deals or giveaways, which I will be soon, you'll find out about them there first. Then the status is which column it's in, so obviously this one's in drafting. I can move it to on deck here, and if we go back you can see it's now moved into on deck. So generally I don't change this here, I just drag the cards around on the board. If the idea has come from my resonance calendar, which I can talk to you about in another video if you're interested, I can link to it here, and again if it's a book club video I can link to my book notes here as well. When I've planned the publish date, I can put that in here so it shows up on my calendar, so I know when I've got videos scheduled for and if there's any gaps. And then I add tags here as well, just so I know what kind of video it is. So this one is generally a productivity video because I'm talking about Notion, how I plan to stay productive and organised this year. If I'm talking about a book, it'll be a book club tag. And then I'm not sure about this one. This was an idea that I got from Sarah Dici, and it's kind of a way to see how many of each type of video that I have. So evergreen videos are videos that will kind of stay up on my channel and people can watch over and over and over again, regardless of whether it's today in January 2021 or 2022 or 2023. Topical stuff is generally, so if I cover anything like a tech release that's just come out or anything new that's happening in the news. And then searchable are if I start doing, say, lens reviews or a tutorial like this one up here, how to add multiple hashtags to an Instagram post quickly. Now I have some resources here, just a couple of links to websites that help me sometimes. So CoSchedule website, how to write better headlines so I can get a good title. Thumbs Up, which is a great little website to see what your thumbnail will look like at the right sizes. So this first little drop down, I have a couple of examples of story structures, the 3-act structure and the hero's journey, just in case I'm struggling to move the story along. This kind of helps me structure the story in the right way. And I have a publishing checklist just to go through and check to make sure that I've done everything that I need to do. I've added tags, I've added descriptions, I've added end cards, I've picked a video to link to at the end, and I've created any social media posts that I may want to promote the video. If I have any title ideas, so how I organise my YouTube channel with Notion is probably what my title is going to be. I'm fairly set on that now, but if I'm not sure, I can write 5, 6, 7 different titles and pick the one that I want as I'm going to publish. And then have a section for thumbnail, and here I write things for what I want my thumbnail to be. So here I can put, so for this thumbnail it might be me in front of laptop with the Notion logo. That's kind of all I've got for the moment. It will be some kind of picture that I want to take. Then have the story outline. I haven't done this for this one, but if I have any larger videos, I can say who's the character. It's generally me, because these videos are kind of trying to solve problems that I have or I did have. What do they want to do? Why can't they get what they want? What are the stakes? What happens if they can't get what they want? How do we solve the problem for them? What would help them solve the problem? How do we solve the problem for them? Why have we solved the problem? What has changed for them? How are they transformed by this experience? Again, I don't do that for every video. It's sometimes really helpful if I'm struggling to structure a video. Now onto the video outline. This is basically where I put my scripts and write out the detail of what the video is going to be. So I start at the beginning, I have the hook and the intro, have a little bit of guidance just so I remember what I'm trying to do with the hook and the intro. So here at the beginning, you see I literally wrote this one out word for word. I tried to keep this kind of bullet pointy, but I used the toggles in Notion, which are fantastic. So I have bullet points as the toggles, and then inside the toggles, if I need it, I can add more text and put closer to a word for word script in. So for the hook intro, you can see I've got say the hook, say the intro, and then when I go in, you can see I've written the hook out so I get across the point that I really want to put, because the hook is really important. So I generally write that out word for word so that I get all of the information across that I want to as quickly as I can. Then go into the intro, which has my normal welcome. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Alex, I'm a photographer from the UK. And then a bit more of what the video is going to be about. So at the beginning of this video, it was saying it kind of puts a bit more context behind the video. So last year I published 6 videos. This year I want to publish 52. How on earth am I going to do that? I don't know. This is how I'm going to try and keep on track. Then I get into the adventure side. So the adventure, I kind of put the bullet points for. So in this case, what was I looking for in the tools? These are the things that I was looking for. I was looking for one system to do everything. It had to be flexible. I'd looked at these previous systems, they didn't quite do what I wanted, and then I discovered Notion. Fantastic. Then the next step is I wanted to talk about my content calendar, which was what we're looking at now, and into the video template. So you can see any ideas that I had, and every day I try to write something. The residence calendar, I'm actually not going to cover in this video. If you want to understand how I use my residence calendar, I can do another video of how I personally use it, but it's an idea I stole from Ali Abdal again, so go and check his video out. It's really good. In this case, the payoff is the summary of how I have this tool and how I use it. And then down the right hand side, I add little checkboxes for B-roll that I want to capture. So when I'm talking about adding content straight into the calendar, these are the B-roll shots that I want to be able to capture to put alongside the A-roll, because just having A-roll is really boring. So that's the template that I use to plan my videos. With this drafting, the whole idea is to have a whole load of video ideas in the no status tab. So I've got ideas, so I try and sit down every day to do some writing, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or if I get a full hour in, I can take a look at what's in here and just start typing a few paragraphs. That way, hopefully I should never run out of ideas. I should always have something to write about. And if I don't fancy writing about the videos that are in the drafts and coming up next, I can go back into my no status column and find anything to start fleshing that out. So at any point I should have, well, at the moment 2, but I should have, as the year progresses, more video ideas that I can go in and just add paragraphs here and there, and the videos should complete themselves. And that's it. That's how I'm going to use Notion to organise my YouTube channel, keep on track, and make sure that I can hit my 52 video goal for the year. Thank you all very much for watching. I really appreciate your support. If you can like and subscribe down below, that would be fantastic. There's also a link to my newsletter down below where you can sign up for fortnightly emails of interesting stuff that I found online. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week.